Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about some weird mentors that I faced, or I used to work for in my career, or I witnessed in some practice before. And if you have similar stories, please share with me. So first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I run and own my dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Hervey Bay in Queensland, and you can check my details below. I took my practice from 1 chair to 10 chairs and from 3 staff members to 40 staff members over the course of 14 years. So one of the mentors that I remember, I was probably in my first year in internship, and we used to have placement in different hospitals. And in that particular hospital, we were observing this dentist, and the first patient walked to the practice, explained that they had some pain on one of their upper teeth. And the dentist did some checks, cold test, percussion, palpation, and he told the patient, look, I can't see anything wrong with your teeth. Most probably you have some sinusitis, so your maxillary sinus is inflamed, and it's referring pain to your teeth because the roots are in sinus. So I'm going to write to you some antibiotics, and hopefully this will help you solve your problem. I remember me and my friends were like, wow, we only read about that in textbooks. This guy could be like a top clinician, a top diagnostician, and we are going to learn a lot from this dentist today. But what happened is every patient walked into his room on that day was walking out with a script of antibiotics and a diagnosis of maxillary sinusitis, irregardless of the location of the tooth, irregardless of what's happening with the tooth. And what we have learned eventually is this dentist wasn't really keen on working as much and just wanted to get every patient out of the door. Basically, he wanted patient in, antibiotics, and out. So by the end of the day, we realized how inadequate this mentor was for us. Second story was another dentist in a private practice that I worked for as well. And he opened a new practice, really flash, beautiful fit out, and amazing marketing and strong brand, just new practice. And he was hiring new graduates to help become like kind of like assistant dentist. So we're like assisting him. And on the first day, we were very young, we talked about 20 years back, and he was telling us some very interesting stories. For example, he have like an intraoral camera. He didn't have a CEREC or a CAD camera system, just an intraoral camera. He will tell us that he has this camera is connected to a satellite, and satellite is going all the way to Germany for his dental lab to make his crowns and send it from Germany all the way. That was back in Egypt. And then another patient, he was doing crown preps. His crown preps was very poor. Even us as new graduates, we realized the crown preps looked very poor. And as he was preparing the tooth, we could see there was a pulp exposure, and we asked him at the end of the appointment, look, how did you manage this pulp exposure? You didn't do anything, you just took impressions or your camera satellite thing, and you haven't managed this root canal treatment. And he was convincing us that the fiber optic light coming from the handpiece is actually a laser. And he did laser therapy, he did endodontics using laser, or pulpotomy using laser, while he was prepping. And that's like a state-of-the-art technology that we don't know much about because we're just new grads. And we spent like a day of seeing weird things like that. Another patient, he wanted to get a denture made up and travel back to another country, and he heard he's the best on making dentures, and he wanted a same day complete denture. And I swear this happened. He went to the back room, got like one of the models, like denture demonstration dentures he had, and he put it in a jar filled with some clear PVS silicone, and he closed the jar, and he did a weird scanning satellite to the patient, and he said, we ordered this denture for you, but you can't open it now, it's still being, needs to be set, so you can take it back to your home country, and after 1 week you can start taking it out and use it. Don't use it now. We realized straight away that this dentist was a fraud, and after 1 day of being tortured watching his dentistry, we decided to complain to the board. But of course, back then in Egypt, the board didn't care much about this performance. So that was a second story. The third story, was the final one, is when I moved to Australia, I was being mentored I took a position. I was promised I would be mentored by that dentist who had great experience in Australia, 30 plus years of dental experience in Australia, and whole day, every filling that the patient was getting was a simple, weird combination of leather mix paste. He will get his nurses to mix two guns, one with Fuji 7 pink, one with Kitak silver, and he will mix both of them in a very weird way. And after working next to the dentist for a few weeks, again, there was some serious issues of malpractice, not just that. But that was very interesting to watch, to spend some time or some few weeks. The practice owner wasn't a dentist, and she asked me to redo most of his work. So I knew exactly the mix he was doing. I would remove some of the pink filling, I see a silver filling, then leather mix, and then replace all his work with composite and proper bonding. But that was a very interesting mentorship that didn't go anywhere. And if you have any similar stories, share it with me. This video probably is not going to teach you anything new. Just I thought some ideas came to my head. I thought, look, let's share it with you. If you have any interesting stories on how you're being mentored, please share it with me. If you find this information helpful by anyhow or even humorous for you, please make sure you share it and with your friends and colleagues. If you subscribe to my channel and turn notification on, you'll be notified when I release more videos. Thank you so much for listening to me. It means a lot to me.